Hey everyone, welcome back. And I am coming back to do a update reading, a spot check on the Mueller investigation. So many things have happened since I've been here last. I wanted to just kind of get in and I want to jump in and I want to just see how Mueller is doing. It seems like that his team is very, very active. They have just arrested they served a warrant, and the FBI served a warrant and raided Roger Stone's home, arrested him, and now Roger Stone has pled not guilty to the charges, which is his right. He can do that. That is part of the laws and that are afforded to United States citizens, and he gets to plead his case. Now, the thing is that lately, I mean, we've seen Mueller's what he's done in his actions. He usually has pretty rock solid evidence to convince a judge that it is necessary to actually go out and arrest Roger Stone. Now, here's the interesting thing is that this particular case, they went in and they asked the judge to not release anything publicly until the suspect is in custody so that they could get all the information they need, because it was, if he was tipped off, they were afraid that he would destroy evidence. So this guy has, so they did the raid, the judge granted the warrant, and now he's going to have to defend himself. It seems to me that he is going to be doing something very similar to what Manafort does. It just feels like that same energy, that defiance within him. And whether will that play out and work out for him, I don't know. History is kind of showing with Mueller's record, with his team with his investigation and his record. Usually when he has evidence and he goes after you, it's rock solid and it's going to be really tough for anybody. I don't think anybody's gotten away with it yet. So is Roger Stone going to be the first to get away with it? I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that. In other news, for at the same time that Roger Stone was being raided later in the day, because so much happened in the news that day. The government reopened, the Roger Stone was arrested, and Manafort went to before a judge about his lying to Mueller, and he's answering those charges. Now, those are going to be closed doors because apparently the information that they are going to be discussing needs to remain private because it can affect other ongoing investigations. So I wanted to check, and let's just see. What I wanted to do was to check and see, just to see where he's going, what's going on, because it showed that they were at a rest before the holidays and the New Year's. They were going to pick back up, and absolutely, they're picking back up. So this is just a spot check to see where they're going, where's it heading for them. So one more thing before I go. The last reading I did was upon how the people will feel when the government reopens, and my reading said that people would blame the government. And some of you guys were very, very quick to jump in and just say, hey, look, it's Trump's fault, it's McConnell's fault, them lay blame where blame belongs. And absolutely true. You guys are right. And I definitely believe along your lines, but the energy as a whole, the collective of a whole of the United States, not everybody feels that way. A lot of people just, if they were blaming the Democrats and then they backed off and they decided, well, it's not really the Democrats' fault, it's government as a whole's fault. And then there are other people that are probably not paying as close attention to what's going on, and they still blame the government as a whole. And in some ways, that's fair, because Trump is in government, McConnell's in government, Pelosi's in government, everybody's in government. So in fairness, that is government as a whole. But you guys are right. I definitely feel that it is Trump and McConnell that caused the problem, which will bring me to another reading a little bit later about whether or not Trump is going to shut down the government again, because he's not really doing negotiations. He's just demanding and expecting them to roll over and play dead and give him what he wants. Anyways, back to Mueller. Let us find out where he is. Let's just do a spot check to see how he's doing. Okay. And let's see where it comes, where it goes. Where is Mueller? What's his investigation looking like? Where is it heading? How's he doing? And I don't want to look at the man himself. I want to look at the investigation and where it is heading, because there's so many people that have been working on this. Appears to me that even though those people were not getting paid, the FBI agents, they were still working. So if Trump thought that shutting down the government was going to stop the FBI, it didn't. All right, so where is Mueller? Where is this investigation going? What's heading? What's coming up? Are we getting anywhere? Something big going to happen? What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Spot check. All right. Here we go. All right, let us see. Where's the Mueller investigation going? And what is happening? What is coming up? And are we going to be able, are they coming to some sort of conclusion that we can get this mess over with, right? So here is the first card. Okay, this is the Nine of Cups. There are two things that are coming up with this cup. First of all, if you all know, most of you have been paying attention to my readings, the Nine of Cups is my Trump card. So that means to me that the focus is circling Trump, okay? The second thing is this is the wishes granted card. This is the success card, because look, he's holding the cup up and it's success. So it's like, it's going to be kind of like we're getting ready for the gathering. We're presiding over a gathering. So it seems like that they are getting ready to, something is, the overarching theme is that they are presiding over the investigation. They're getting ready to gathering, it could be gathering the information, but it's also the wishes granted, so that's a very hopeful card. But however, this is also my Trump card, so it looks like that the investigation is circling in around Trump, okay? So let us move on to the next card. So in the past, we are dealing with, this is the Six of Cups. This is the nostalgia card. This is the hearkening into the past. Now, this is the past. So this could also be childlike, okay? So dealing with the children. And, you know, when we're looking at the investigation as a whole, when you're looking at a nostalgia card, and this is in the past, it looks like that they were looking into the past dealings of everything that they're going into. So it is, because, you know, if we're still talking about the 2016 meddling, you know, the Russians meddling into the elections, but it also leads them to wrongdoings that everybody who has been trying to do deals with Russia, they seem to be getting caught, and they seem to be getting caught for lying. Lying, why? Why are these people lying? Because sometimes in a lot of instances, trying to do business deals with other countries, there's nothing nefarious about that. That happens all the time. But why lie about it when it is a part of, you know, this election, when you are supposed to be divesting yourself and focusing? Okay. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can explain that stuff without it being illegal. But the big thing is we're dealing with a lot of lying. What are they trying to cover up? So that is the big question. So it's looking into the past. Okay, the present, the devil. So here is the Mueller investigation. It's dealing with the devil, dealing with the greed, because the devil card represents greed, okay? Not only is it the demon card, it is representing greed. And we're talking about, you know, if this is looked at as the Trump card being literally right underneath, we're looking at greed. So I think the thing is that the people that they've been going after, these people are very greedy. They've always been this way, okay? So they're dealing with the devil. Right now, currently, they are dealing with the devil. The devil has made some power moves on them, but they keep marching forward. They keep going and keep going and keep going. Okay. So what is the challenge that's going to face all of this? All right. The King of Wands. Who is this guy? Who's this challenge? So there is a person that is going to be, I know who this is. The challenge is the FBI, the person who's in charge of the FBI, right? The Whitaker, but I don't think he is, but maybe there's another person. But the challenge is going to be the person that is probably overseeing, the person that Trump puts in place overseeing the investigation. So we have a King of Wands. This person is very outgoing. This person is very, a go-getter type energy. This person also understands that, they understand there's a whole bunch of people working on this, and they are going to be a challenge. Now, I am not sure what kind of challenge, if this person is actually working in the best interests of the country, in the best interest of the country, and then the presidency is going to do whatever they can to block this person. So this person is going to be facing challenges, or this person is planted in by Trump and it's going to try to impede and slow the investigation. There's no stopping it at this point, because it doesn't look like there's no stop card yet. It's just that that's a challenge. Okay, let's look at the outcome. So they're working hard. This is the Eight of Coins. This is the working really hard. This is the Apprentice card. This guy is like pouring over all the details. So they're still pouring over a bunch of details going in. So kind of what this kind of tells me is that the Mueller investigation, the Russian investigation, is definitely looking into the past. They're looking at the past actions of these people, into the nostalgia, right? These people's, old ways of life and stuff like that, and looking in at how they're conducting business. This is the devil that they are faced with. This is the greed. This is the greed that they are uncovering. The challenge is going to be either the FBI director is going to be challenged, or he is the person that is going to be challenged. It's going to be an obstacle for the investigation. However, they are pouring over so much details. There's a lot of details to get through. So they're going through the details right now. All right, so that is the setup row. We're going to look at the underlying motions to all of this and see where it comes. All right, so in the past, we have a lot of fighting. Okay, so as the Mueller investigation digs into these people's past, they're finding that, they're obviously not getting cooperation, and there'll be deception, that deception into getting that information, and they uncover more information that shows them that the people were lying. So there's deception. So it is a fight. They are fighting to get that information, fighting to retrieve it, and they are fighting and then putting these people and capturing these people. So these guys don't have their swords down. The swords are up. They are moving forward. They are heading into the fight. They have this victory feeling. They are going to fight, All right. So the Three of Wands. Right now, they're dealing with the greed. So they have put a whole bunch of things in motion. Okay, there are things that we can see that they placed in motion, and there are things that we cannot see that have already been placed in motion. So right now, they're kind of in the present, right? They are waiting for the results. So they've already put all this stuff into motions. They're now waiting for the results to come in, and they're waiting to see where that's going to lead them next. Okay. So let's look at the challenge. So this is the burden card. This is the 10 of Wands. The burden is very great. So the burden of this is such huge, and we've discussed this before. It's such a huge and massive in scope investigation. It is, and it's not just the Mueller investigation. It moves out into New York. It moves into the court system. It moves into all the state system. This is huge and massive in scope, and it's very burdensome. So the challenge is the burden that they are carrying, the burden that people are placing upon them to save the United States, okay, to save our country. So the burden has been placed on them. People have placed their hopes upon them, and they are burdened with that, and that's a challenge for them. And it sure feels like they're going to try to deliver. They just keep their nose in the books, keep their nose in the details. They keep marching forward. They are very aware of this burden. Okay. The outcome, the Page of Cups. So It sure looks like, because the Page of Cups is the bringer of good news, okay? So it looks like that they are going to be able to bring some good news, all right? Now, you can also look at this in a much more negative light, is that it's going to bring out a lot of emotions, okay? Some very immature emotions. A lot of people, I think, are, they listen to all of these. Everybody has an opinion. It's like the news people are no longer really doing news. They are very opinionated pieces, and you have some people who are totally against, some news stations. Well, actually only one. I think Fox News is the only one that is totally against the investigation. You have, a couple of people in there, extreme right wing. So they're not really pleased with this. They think it's that witch hunt. So they got some very a lot of immature emotions. Now the people who are putting their banking on Mueller, trying to pull through quickly, their emotions are also very high. But with this card as well brings good news. So after they pour through all of this information, they're going to be able to bring out news. Now it could be the report that's supposed to be coming out soon. We'll see if that actually makes it out. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're combining these two, we're going to create a result, and we're going to see where that leads us, okay? So in the past, so we have some new beginnings. It's giving birth to something new. So if we're looking at the Mueller investigation, and we can just call it the Russian investigation, they're looking into the past actions of the subjects that they are seeking information upon. They are going in and fighting for that information, because that information is not so easily forthcoming. These people are fighting it, and they are somehow galvanizing, public, not all of it, but a little bit, a small portion of the population. They're galvanizing them into this whole, it's fake news, it's a witch hunt. And then they also have interference with other countries who seek to sway the public opinion against its own government. This is why we always say we have to stay united, stay together. Yeah, but in that whole process, despite all of that, they are discovering new things, and they're putting new things together. They're giving birth to something new. So it could be the birth of the beginning of the end. It could be, because this is already in the past. This has already happened. It is starting to come forward. The results are starting to manifest. Okay, so let's look in the present. Revelations, boy. Okay, so the good news that is going to be coming is because things are being revealed to us right now. And I would also say that there's some satisfaction in the investigation with the people working on it. They definitely are happy about the progress that's going on, but this is more of a reveal. So we have a birthing situation here, birthing something new. It is the results from these two, their hard work, right? Gathering their details, their hard work of looking into the past, fighting to get the information, and that information creates something new. We're dealing with people who are dealing with a lot of greed. They've already placed a whole bunch of things in motions, and now they are beginning to reveal themselves. Now, Mueller had somebody. A long time ago, we were discussing about speaking indictments, meaning the indictments will speak for themselves. Each indictment unveils something new. So Mueller doesn't really necessarily have to come out with something. So probably when he does come out with something, there are going to be some really, really bombshell information in there. But the thing is that things are being revealed to us. For instance, like when Manafort tried to submit his response to the judge, and they accidentally didn't block out the words properly, and the document was revealed, and it revealed that he was sharing voter poll information with a Russian agent. It's being revealed. It's like the universe is revealing things to us, and we just need to pay attention and stay focused. Okay, so let's look at the challenge. Money, the new money, new money is the challenge. This is following the money. Okay, so if I'm looking at this is the first money card here. Okay, so we definitely got some money card. This is the first money card. So the challenge is that they are probably fighting against the money that's being poured in to defend against them, to defend against their what they bring forth, the charges that they bring. They're dealing with money. But I don't know if this is going to be a huge challenge, but they are definitely dealing with new money. I don't know if because of the shutdown also caused some money issues. There's also some money situations going on. This also could be new evidence. The challenge is finding new evidence, because you know what? They've amassed so much probably already. So finding the little tiny pieces that interconnect everything together, they're still working through that. So it's a challenge to get that all completed. Okay. But we have this is our first money card. We got an awful lot of wands going on here. A lot of wands. All right. So let us see the outcome here. Suspension. We are in suspense. Come on, we're in suspense. But this is the outcome. This is kind of telling me that that things are being placed kind of on, they're putting in suspended motion. So there's a lot of, and this kind of maybe would probably say the whole wait and see. I also think that the Mueller report will be coming at, I know they announced when the report is coming, but I think it's going to come afterwards. Things are going to be placed on hold for a little bit. There's something going on. Okay, so here we sit in the very final the situation here is that I got some major cards again in the outcome. I've got the Empress here, I have the Sun, the Revelation, and then I have the Hangman. This is being able to also see from a new perspective. So when the report comes out as well, we will probably see it from a new perspective. We will see things that we have not seen before. This news that's going to come out is going to reveal information we did not know before, and this is the result of all the hard work that they've placed into it. So I'm going to just kind of say here is that even though that the report is delayed, it might be delayed, it's going to help us see things from a new perspective, see just how deep and how far this has gone, okay? How deep and how far this has gone into corruption, into our country with these people, with the greedy people. Oops, sorry. So I think it's moving along. I think they've got a lot on their hands. I think they're going to be successful. I don't think Roger Stone, he's got things to worry about. Mueller has a pretty much 100% record right now. When he gets someone, he's got extremely diligent, detailed reports that gives him, grounds for being able to convince a judge to do warrants and to actually create convictions. So I don't think Roger Stone's going to escape that. Manafort is surely, his stuff is closed doors. We'll probably only hear afterwards. But when we get the report, eventually, I don't think it's going to come right away. But when we get it, we're going to see things from a new perspective. So, all right. This is the report. It looks like things are moving along. Things are going. The report is probably going to be delayed, but we're going to get news. Things are going to be revealed. The universe is going to reveal things to us, and we're going to see things from a new perspective, and we're going to understand a whole bunch more. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.